What is going on, everyone? Welcome to this new YouTube video. My name is David Fritz, and in this video we're going to talk about how to create very unique sounds with samples everyone is using. You probably know that if you download samples from Kashmir or you go on Splice or all the sample packs, the hi-hats, the claps, they sound pretty much similar. Also the samples you get from FL Studio or from Ableton, doesn't really matter. All of those samples sound pretty much the same. And as a music producer, our goal and our main intention is also to be unique, to create something different, to create something what people haven't heard before. Because if you just use the samples everyone else is using and you don't properly layer them or you properly do things with it to make it special or unique, that's when you're gonna sound like everyone else. And our goal is to be unique, to be special, to create something new. And I'm gonna teach you in this video today how to create very unique sounds. The last weeks I released a few tracks on Spotify, so before I give you those techniques, make sure you check them out. The links are in the show notes. Make also sure that you subscribe to this channel and also like this video so you never miss out any music production tutorials. Yeah, let's just get straight into it. So, we are again in FL Studio, and I have, as you guys know, I have this basic drum pattern already installed in my templates, which sounds like this. It's very basic, but how you can create a very unique sound. Let's look at this, let's look at the samples. So one thing which is playing is, for example, a hi-hat. This is a very simple hi-hat. It doesn't sound very special. It is pitched down here, as you can see. This is how it sounds. A very basic hi-hat, okay? What we're gonna do is you wanna have this basic hi-hat, what I probably downloaded from Cymatics. Yes, Cymatics. Very basic. So the technique I'm gonna teach you today is called layering, okay? So we're gonna add an extra sound to this hi-hat, which makes it sound different. It doesn't completely change it, but it definitely creates something new. So what we're gonna do for that is we're gonna go in the hi-hat pattern, press Command and A, and then copy it with Command and C. Go back to the channel rack and look for a sound in our browser, somewhere here. Go, for example, on the Techno Master Pack drums, and then we look for some hi-hats. Those are all the hi-hats I'm using, and don't use anything else. So I want something with a bit more mids, something which is not as crispy, not as high. So I'm looking for more this one. That could be interesting. We're gonna add it into the channel rack, put it to the same channel, maybe to a different channel actually, to have more power and more processing about it. We go on this one, put piano roll, and just copy the hi-hat pattern, okay? So now we have two hi-hats playing in the same time, and it creates a different vibe. This is one, this is two. That makes it completely different. So you can layer hi-hats, which makes it different. And sometimes you realize as well that one hi-hat doesn't really match into the text, so you can just mute it and exchange it with another one. The same thing can happen with claps. So let's look at the claps. This is a clap. Let's go on the clap folder. This is a very, it's a clap which has a lot of high frequencies on a bit more mids, okay? So we're gonna do the same technique again. We go on the clap pattern, Command A, Command C to copy it. Go back to this one here, and I have already this one here. Put it in, go back again and double click, piano roll, edit. As you see, it gives it a complete new tone. And we don't have to put it into the foreground, we have to just let it be a little bit slightly in the background. Without it. With it. We created a new sample. You can literally then go on Edison on your master channel, on this one, and mute everything, mute the kick, mute the hi-hats. Let's just the claps play. And you can actually just record it. And there you have a new sample. We're gonna delete this part here. Do this. And create we literally create a new sample, and we can drag and drop it into the playlist. If there's a sample pack I would definitely recommend to you guys, is definitely Evolution of Sound from the YouTuber Zenworld. He creates fantastic samples. Then there's also Cymatics. You can go on Splice. There's heaps of great samples, but because I don't want to look for samples all day long, I want to produce music. So I have those samples. I have, I don't know, let's guess 25 claps or 20 claps, and I'm layering them. And that's the same thing you do with a lot of things. We can do the same thing now with synthesizers as well. I want to change a little bit the decay on this one, because I want it long. Yeah, that sounds actually really good. Let's record this one. That sounds interesting. Quantize it. Now make this a bit shorter here. Zack. We don't want long notes. We just want short notes here. What we can do now, we go on this instrument and install the plugin, not install, let's put in the plugin span. We can see what the main frequencies are. So you can see here the main frequencies are between 400 and 1K. There's also a bit information as well around the until 8 to 10K, but I want to add a higher frequency. So what we're going to do is we're going to take again this melody, copy it, and layer it with something else. So we put in another serum with something. This has more high frequencies, but I don't want the delay and I also don't want the reverb. So I put all down. And what we're gonna do is what we just copied now, we're gonna paste it into the other synthesizer. So, and with that, we just created a sound which sounds a bit different from what we had it before. It's just layered. And now we can do the same thing, create a little bass line. Go on this one. Cool, so we created a bass line here. Okay, let's see how this whole tune sounds without the layers of the second hi-hat. This is how it sounds without the layers. And this is how it sounds with the layers. This is the technique how you can create unique sounds with samples everyone else is buying, everyone else is using. That's totally fine. But as a music producer, goal is to be unique, so I hope I could help you with this a little bit. Make sure you check out my music on Spotify as well. On SoundCloud I released a few tracks the last weeks with the record labels. Make sure you subscribe to this channel and like this video as well to make sure that you don't miss any music production tutorials in tech house or house music. With that said, have a good day guys and enjoy producing music.